Peter Woods. So our guy, Pete Sweeney, Kansas City Star, formerly of Arrowhead Pride, recently wrote, much like Josh Simmons last year, I think the Chiefs inside the building really feel like they might have stole one with Peter Woods. So Peter Woods, we did extensive research on him going into the draft. He was a guy that going into the last season was supposed to be a top 5 pick, had a rough senior, or not senior year, rough last year at Clemson statistically. His role was kind of changed up from what it was the year prior, thus being going to the end of the first round where we ended up getting him. So you can look at it and say we stole him based on preseason value, but wait, once the season came, is not the most productive season. So anyway, Chiefs go ahead and draft him. And it's interesting, right? The fact that they're comparing it to Josh Simmons kind of situation where now Josh Simmons, had he not gotten hurt, would have been a top 10 pick, maybe top 5 pick. Josh Simmons, because he got hurt, goes to the end of the first round. Similar in the way that both guys fell. Peter Woods had a bad year, goes at end of round 1. Chiefs get him. So, and we got a question about Woods the other day about if he should play DN more or whatnot. But what does it tell you? I know they've only seen them in rookie minicamp, mandatory and OTAs. What does it tell you? What do you think they are seeing where it's like, oh, okay, we might have something here? Like, cause I guess for me it's tough because we talk about stuff. It's always tough to see, like, right, for O lineman and D line specifically, because like they can't really do much during these periods. But what are they seeing that's like, oh, then, like, you know how coaches when they look at each other like, oh, we got something with this guy, you know how it is. But like, yeah. What do you think they're seeing from them? Like, okay, I think we might have a legit dude here. Is it board work stuff? Is it just the way he attacks even the drills he does when there's not pads on? What is it for them to say already at this point in the process for these rookies?
I mean, it could be board work. It could be confidence, how he carries himself. Obviously, the guys are not really in any type of pads, but his explosion and quickness, man, is impressive. It really is. I seen his little work. Did you see his workout video? What he's doing? I'm like, geez, this guy right here. Yeah, there we go. He's getting low. He's got some power, man. It's a great combination, man. Speed and power. Tightness right there. The other just boom, come quickness. Looks good. Great hip drop, man. He's got, he's low center of gravity, balance. He looks good. Looks like a hard worker. And you get this right here, man, on Sunday, man, which you will. He's gonna be a force to contend with. So I think because of what his ability mark is, what you see right here, the way he's able to get low and his explosion and power, I think really kind of speaks volumes. And let's be honest too, okay? For me, there was only a few defensive tackles I thought should have went first round. It's only a couple. A few after that, it was just like, yeah, the defensive tackle room wasn't as deep as we thought it was. It wasn't like, pass rushers. It just wasn't. And so you were starting to look at pass rushers that could kind of do it all. Could play, inside and out, who's the 3 technique and whatnot. And then you had somebody like Peter Woods, whose numbers didn't really reflect that everybody felt his ability did, comes to the Chiefs. And so it's almost a running joke on this saying, like, man, go back and see my 2024 film, right? Yeah. No, don't look at my 2025. Put that on the shelf. Look at my 2024, what I did. And if I'm not mistaken, part of the reason his 2025 film wasn't as impressive is because they moved into defensive end. He was doing a little bit more of moving up and down the line. And so, yeah, that's telling me, shoot, maybe we'll just let him be who he is. Let him be a dominant force at defensive tackle. If you won't go out there to the 3, sure. Maybe a 5, yes. But other than that, he don't need to be out there too much longer than necessary. We want him to be subjected to going against centers and guards we know that he should be able to win against. because that's his forte. That's what we got him here for. And so that's how it should look. But the guy is explosive. He's powerful. Could it be still the draft? Yeah, possibly. And so for what we were talking about, he could definitely be the top defensive tackle in the draft, all said and done. And that's probably what you're looking at is, well, see, if you got two guys in your draft that's the best at their position, those are steals. You got the best corner in the draft, and then you got maybe arguably the best defensive tackle, okay, between the draft too. So you're winning. You're winning. And now we're looking at what he could possibly do on the opposite side of Chris Jones, where you will have one-on-ones, because they don't want to leave it to Chris Jones to have one-on-one with somebody. You don't do that. Let the rook have it and see what he's going to do. And so if he does that, and that's what his matchup's going to look like, they're expecting he's going to be able to dominate. So can't wait to see his young guy, man. Can't wait to see him get after it. Really.
Yeah, I'm really excited about him. Kyle Harrison, why did his film look so bad last year then? Like I said, they switched schemes from 2024. Actually, the guy read actually in our pre-draft covers, they had actually switched defensive schemes 23, 24, and 25. It was 3 consecutive years of switching schemes, which that's tough. I mean, people always talk about just offense, how, oh man, different playbooks every year was tough for the guy. It's like, well, I mean, also with defense too, when you do that, it can also hurt defenders as well. It was a complex scheme. I think this past year, they actually had a lot of the D-line or edge guys. They kind of try to mimic the Penn State defense where you have the edge rushers dropping into coverage and doing stuff like that. I mean, you look at this guy, I don't think this guy's I'm sure he can do it when asked, but like, I don't think I want Peter Woods dropping into coverage.
For what? For what? Yeah, you got better guys to do that. And also, too, when you change up schemes, then guys have different assignments and the different things that they have to do. And so if we're not asking him to maybe shoot the gap, hit the A gap, different things and just whatever it may be. Maybe why his numbers wasn't as great. But if you're moving him around and doing all the other type of stuff because you want him to give him a look, you want to show how versatile he is, that might be to his detriment. But I mean, he's still a first round pick for a reason. I think everybody realizes talent. That's the thing. Even with having bad field markers, so not having the numbers this past year, he was still a first round pick. He was still one of the top defensive tackles taken. So,
yeah, because I guess with that, it just shows you how good. Like for example, Deion Walker's a good example. There are different types of defensive tackles. Deion Walker had a bad year, and he also had injuries too, which is probably why he went to round 4. Whereas Woods, you could say, okay, when he's at his best, this is his tape here in the 2024, 2025. He's still shoky and he still flashed, but it wasn't as flashy as the year prior. Right. But no injury fall with that, right? It was okay. If you get him in the right system, he can be the guy from 2024 going into the season who was the preseason top 10 pick. So that's probably where that comes. And no injuries with him either. So like that also plays a part in that.
Yeah. So we know he's powerful. He has all the things, all the attributes to be successful. Maybe he just needs to be in the right scheme. And it matters. It matters to know where you go to, Marcus. We know that. It matters where guys go. Scheme-wise, offensively, defensively, who's throwing the ball to you, where you playing, technique-wise, who's around you, all that goes into it. And so it's just kind of the deal, man. It's kind of tough. And there's several examples of that. So.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. I didn't think about that. In the days of NIL, but Demetrio Spence says knowing he had 3 different DCs and did not hit the transfer portal tells me something about him. That's very true. I mean, this day and age, you change up a D coordinator, I'm out of here, coach. I'm not playing for this other DC. I don't know about who didn't recruit me.
Yeah, could. I mean, but he was at Clemson, so.
Yeah.
It's not a bad place to be.
No.
Stuck somewhere, right? I mean, you always got to be on in the national the limelight. So, and if he had a good 2024, there's no reason why he didn't feel like he couldn't mimic the same thing he did 2024, if not get better.
Yeah.
Saying, but
yeah, I just did a quick AI overview on this. So it said, so in 2024 and parts of 2025, Woods was forced to play edge or split time between tackle and end to compensate for a lack of production from Clemson's defensive ends. This reduced his ability to compress the pocket and consistently win matchups from within the inside. Rather than playing gap sound defense within the defensive scheme, Woods frequently undercut blockers, shot the wrong gaps, and abandoned his run fits in a gamble to make big plays. I think we also talked about that in our run up to the draft. Yeah, so just different type of aligning him in different places that he wasn't kind of the most comfortable at.
Yeah, he's like, screw his scheme. Dude, I'm trying to make a play.
Yeah, and they weren't good, and they weren't good last year. They made the college football playoff the year prior when, ironically, when he had a good year, they made the college football playoff. This past year, they didn't make the playoff. And Chief Concerns is presented by Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks app. If you love sports, Prize Picks is a fun way to stay engaged with the games you're already watching. The app is incredibly easy to use. Just pick more or less on a few player stats across football, soccer, baseball, basketball, and more. Then build your lineup in seconds. You can also check out Prize Picks Team Picks, where you can make picks on team-based outcomes. And with the FIFA World Cup on right now, it's another exciting way to follow one of the biggest sporting events in the world alongside all your favorite sports. One of my favorite features is that you can follow me on Prize Picks. Just use the link in the description, follow my profile, and follow along with what I'm playing so you don't miss any of my picks. If you're new to Prize Picks, download the app, use code HMA, and when you play your first $5 lineup, you'll get $50 in lineups instantly. Prize Picks is available in most states. Play responsibly, and thanks to Prize Picks for supporting Chief Concerns.
Coaching matters, ladies and gents.
If you had to pick a defensive, it's still early. So our super early defensive rookie MVP, because we draft a lot of defensive guys. Who do you think has the biggest impact this year between Delane, or Mason Thomas, Peter Woods?
Oh man, shoot, too early. I don't even know, to be honest.
It's tough because all three can get a lot of playing time this year.
Yeah, they will. And I think if anybody has probably a tall task, it's Delane.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're out there on an island, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And where Peter Woods is, he's gonna have one-on-ones because Chris Jones he's gonna get a lot of the attention. So you can show what you can do. So it's gonna be tough for all of them. So we'll have to see our Mason what his quickness is gonna be. So
Kyle Harrison says Delane, he'll be starting. Woods will be situational. Yeah, that's the one thing too. It's like where you're a D-line guy, if you're like, Woods, situational, or Mason Thomas will be definitely situational coming in on passing downs. Like, sure, they still have to hit? Yeah, they have to come in and do their thing, but we're gonna be grading them on a different type of tier because Delane's gonna be there all game and he's gonna be on an island against some of the best, whereas Chris Jones is gonna soak up a lot of the attention down there, and the other guys just have to go on and make a play.
Yeah. I think Woods going to get a lot of playing time. It all depends on how Norman Lott feels and how he looks coming back too. So,
yeah, it's deep. And like Jeremy Gallagher says, Jones, Woods, Tonga, and Lott. It's deep, man. That defensive tackle room, like they heard our cries, JD, for the last few years, and they find it took them a while. But they finally did it to completely revamp the D tackle. DT and RB rooms are just completely revamped.
Yeah. I know Chris Jones is shedding a tear. He's like, man, y'all love me. Y'all finally heard me.
Yeah, Woods will be more than situational. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he will. No, he definitely be more than situational. He's going to get probably the lion's share of the playing time, as he should. But he's rotational. I guess he's a rotational piece. That's what he will be. Not necessarily situational, but rotational. And if he's balling out, he's going to stay in there. Sometimes you got big guys, you just got to give them breaks. And a good thing, and that's the thing about that, Marcus, is now CJ can get his break when he needs it. You don't have to be sitting down like, I got to get one more. No. We got Peter Woods in there. That's why I brought Pete in. Pete's in. He's good. Sit back and relax. So,
and that was one of the big points you were making for the last few years. I remember like people were commenting on our videos that you guys say the same thing every week about D tackles and D ends. You said one of the great things that you said was like Jones is the type of guy, and the Clyde Campbell's a good example of that, right? That guy's playing till like 40, and Jones can do that. However, he needs the help around him in order to kind of allow that. He needs to be able to take breaks, and he can't take much breaks when he's getting triple team and double team every game, and no one coming in to spell him. Now he actually has guys to spell him. We can actually prolong his career, and I'm hoping Chris Jones can play till he's 40, and then maybe sign. He's gotten paid over his career, so maybe signed veteran discount type kind of deals to stay with us till he's 40. That'd be awesome. But like in order to prolong a guy like that's career, he needs help, and they finally are doing that. It took him a while, but if they finally get that, and now he can kind of save his legs. And like everyone always says, oh, we're saving Kelsey's legs for the playoffs. Well, now you can save Jones's legs to the playoffs if need be.
Yeah, and we've been hollering about this. Like you just wearing him out. Yes, he's a monster. Yes, he's been able to get through double teams. But imagine if he's already had a guy beside him that could give him a little bit more of that break. Imagine how much harder he would have been able to play. Even like last year when he kind of, gave up where he didn't run. What was against was that Tampa Bay? Who was that we was playing? He didn't take off running. Who was that? Who were we playing? Remember they was like he kind of loafed and lollygagged.
Oh, Herbert.
Oh, just
not Herbert. Well, he went inside on Herbert. It was a couple weeks later. Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, yes. I don't know what I said. Tampa Bay. Trevor Lawrence, yes. And so, if he's there, shoot, who would have known? He might have been able to get out there and make that play. But since you've been beating him down because he is an elite defensive tackle, the best in the game, you just say, hey, man, we'll just go out there and keep doing it. Keep doing it. We're going to keep giving that out of you. And look, as football players, we are asked to do more than what we expect to do at times, okay? And Chris Jones has been given all of that, all of it. And the thing was, the practical thing is find somebody that could fit right with him, to give him that type of break. And we never did. So finally get it. What year is this for Chris? Marcus?
Wow. 20. Yeah, I think I drafted in 2016. Chris Jones. 2016, yeah. So this would be year 10.
Year 10. So finally year 10, you decide to fulfill that need. And I get y'all was trying to do it last year a little bit with Norman Lott, Big Mike, when they get back, y'all got rid of him, but y'all didn't really, you know what I'm saying?
ONL was their main thing, and it was like, okay, like sure you got a pass rushing defensive tackle who has the potential to do more, but like you're not really giving him a lot of help there. And then they trade back, they get Noddy back, they let Pinnell go. The whole thing was kind of a disaster. I'm really glad they overcorrected.
Yeah. And as what's that Trumpenstein was sitting there saying is it helps out the DB. It helps out everybody.
Yeah.
Helps out everybody. And so they should see the benefit of that, where you don't have to cover all game. Just talking about to Frank Minifield. And the reason they was able to play man successfully is because they either sent one more guy than you could block, or you had studs up front that was just going to get back there to the quarterback and create pressure. And once you do that, it makes the secondary's jobs that much easier. So now, Marcus, I think I've seen somebody ask about Delane if he's going to be playing nickel like what's the name it was? McDuffie. And I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh, we got a real dude in Kennedy to do that. John Kennedy, and we got several people. We got several guys could play that position now. Okay, and we don't have to leave him out there. Okay, leave him out there. So we have revamped and regrouped, getting guys in here. You're just talking about Cooper McDonald being able to help out too. Bossa. We got a solid defense, man. We got a solid defense. The way everything looks, we should have a very solid defense. Top 10, top 5, no doubt about it. When it's all said and done.
Yeah, it's funny because like going into this coming season, right? Because take everything into account, Mahomes' injury, and us now want to see him drop back 50 times a game and have him put him in harm's way. I'm excited to see the run game, and I'm excited to see our defense. It's like very different from I want to see a high power. I want to see Mahomes over 6,000 yards. It's a different kind of season, right? I want to see the run game do its thing, and I want to see our defensive line kind of get to work. So it's a very interesting kind of mindset we kind of have going into the season.
Yeah. We should be a very physical football team, and that's what I'm looking for on both sides of the football. So the ones that's up front in the trenches, right there, that's where all the battle's going to happen. That's where all the heavy lifting is going to be done. All the clashes, all the boom is going to go down. It's going to be right there at that line of scrimmage, man. And it's going to be those guys going to mix it up. Offensive line and defensive linemen. This is their year to shine for the Chiefs. And I'm here for every bit of it.
Going to be a fun season. It's going to be a fun camp. I'm excited about training camp. We're in July now, so we got a couple more weeks until the real deal begins. Summer is almost over for our guys. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.